Welcome to Blake Street Banter, where one of us knows what the word banter means. The other two are just along for the ride. James, say hi.
Hey.
And Luke, say what's up.
What's going on?
We are here with Luke Taggart of the Spokane Indians. And this has been a long time coming. I feel like we've been talking for ages to get this set up.
I know, right? Seems like every week it got pushed back.
Yeah, life on the road, man. So I just got back from vacation and traveling with 3 kids and across the country is absolutely terrible. And now it's the wind down. We're at the wind down stage right now. Finally got the kids to bed, got myself together. How do you unwind from your long road trips?
So my off days, I'll go to the grocery store with my roommates just to pack up for our week at home. And then we just watch TV and relax all day. We don't do much. That's how we unwind.
It's such a normal person thing to do.
Are you watching a lot of baseball or are you just shutting it off for a while?
I kind of shut it off. I don't follow baseball on my off days. I'll check in on everybody like during the week, but Mondays is just kind of do nothing. We watch Winning Time, me and my roommates. The Lakers show. It's kind of been our routine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all caught up on that. That's a fantastic show.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it.
Do I get that on the ESPN Plus app or? I've
No,
never heard of this thing.
That's HBO.
HBO
That's high
Max.
roller stuff.
Oh yeah, that's that extra $5 I'm not doing. Okay.
I'm not paying for it. I'm bumming somebody else's account.
There is nothing wrong with that. I'm still using my sister-in-law's Netflix too. So
There you go.
you think I could shed out $5 for the HBO Max. But so roommates, life on the road, first professional season. What are you're a month in, right?
Yeah.
4 series, everything you thought it would be. How you feeling?
Yeah. I feel good. I'm having a lot of fun. We've got a lot of good people on this team or like my teammates and coaches. Just having a blast, enjoying every day.
Yeah, that's fun. Because you just skipped low A Fresno. So let's get into that. Let's talk some ball. It's your off day, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you can forgive us. You skipped low A ball. You were undrafted. You signed as a free agent. That's kind of unheard of. So what was that spring training like? How'd you end up in Spokane?
I don't really know what conversations went on with the upper management that got me here. But I had pretty good spring training. I think I gave up like 1 run or something. But threw well. I think the fact that I'm a little older, I'm 24 already. Since I did 5 years in college, I think that might have pushed me into high A, but I'm not really too sure why I got lucky enough to skip low A, but I'm enjoying where I'm at. That's for sure.
Yeah. So let's back that up just a little bit. So Corpus Christi is where you grew up, right?
Yes, in that area.
And then you go to Incarnate Word, which is, if I'm mistaken, is a Division III school.
It's actually it's a Division I actually. It's a smaller one, but it is D1. And then grad transferred to OU after 4 years at UIW.
Yeah, what was that process like? What made you land on Oklahoma? Did they reach out to you? Were you kind of shopping around? How that kind of works.
So the only reason I got that extra year was COVID. They gave me another year of eligibility, or gave everybody, and I went and played summer ball in California that COVID summer and was playing with like Matt McClain. He's my shortstop, first rounder for the Reds. Jace Young, who's at Tech right now. We had a bunch of good guys on our team, and I was hanging with them, and I was like, I'm gonna stick my name in the pot and see what happens. And it was actually a really cool experience for me just to be recruited. UIW is my only offer out of high school, and so I never got to feel the love from a lot of colleges, and so I got to feel that then. And OU seemed to be the best fit for me. I had friends that were already there. The assistant coach, his brother-in-law was one of my previous coaches at UIW, and then Skip Johnson. He's kind of well-known pitching guru, so I was excited to get to work with him. I feel like that was just best route for me, and I took it, and it worked out, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean, clearly. So, I mean, you were a starting pitcher at UIW, right?
that's correct. Yeah.
And then you go to Oklahoma and you're primary reliever. Was that part of the conversation, or is that just kind of unfold as the season goes along?
That kind of unfolded. I was going into OU thinking that I would have a chance to earn a starting spot, because they had all three of their weekend rotation guys get drafted last year or the previous year. And my fall was really good, but when we came back after winter break, I didn't have too good of inter squads. And so I got moved to the pen, and I was fine with it. I didn't play good enough to deserve that spot, and bullpen is where I ended up. But I'm enjoying the bullpen now, and I enjoy the bullpen at OU too.
So, are you finding your groove in the bullpen? Because I mean, that's new to you. Like 2
Yes.
seasons now. Like
Yes. So OU, the first few months was definitely a learning curve. I think opening or the second weekend, I was in the pen, and I think I threw like 50 pitches trying to warm up. My routine was so bad, but I eventually got it figured out, and now I kind of have a little routine that I do. It doesn't bother me as much, and I'm not wasting bullets in the bullpen.
Now you can get ready on a hop.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I enjoy knowing when I'm going in. Like if they can say, Taggart, you have the ninth, and I'm like, all right, and I can do everything I need to do, but I do appreciate when that happens, but I can get going a lot quicker than I used to be able to.
So, I mean, what's that? I mean, you mentioned the warm-up routines, but obviously mentally that's got to be an adjustment as well. I mean, what's your mentality as a starting pitcher, and then what has to change for you knowing that you're going to be in the pen now and that's your role?
As a starter, you throw your one day and then you're off the rest of the week. That was always pretty nice. But as a bullpen, a bullpen guy, you always have to be ready to go in, I think at OU one weekend I threw in 2 games and gotten hot in another one, but I would say the 5th inning is whenever I really make a switch and start really paying attention, and kind of feeling out if I may be going in for the 7th or the 8th or the 9th or whatever it might be, get my body loose and stay ready in just in case my name gets called, I can go right to work. But I try to just enjoy the game and have fun in the bullpen, and then 5th inning comes around, lock it in.
So that those first 4 or 5 innings of the game with Shelby Lackey, what is that like?
Lackey, he's probably the most charismatic guy on the team. He's really funny. So me and him and all the other bullpen guys, we shoot the bull and have a good time, and that continues past the 5th inning most times for me. But no, I enjoy Lack. He's a great guy. I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, I can see him just, again, I know he doesn't stop talking. I mean, he didn't stop talking when we talked to him. It's just his vibe. That's who he is.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining having in that, all right, easing into the baseball game, 4th, 5th inning. It's probably kind of nice having that guy, that kind of the Lackey type, just hanging out there.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely keep things loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fun. So did your arsenal change at all from going starter to reliever? How did it change from 19-year-old Luke to 23-year-old Luke, 24-year-old Luke?
So I think like 19-year-old Luke, I think I had a slider and a curveball, and they probably looked the same at that time. And then I also had a changeup and a fastball or a 4-seam. But whenever I was in college at UIW, I was kind of always searching for a consistent off-speed pitch. Some days it'd be good. Some days it'd be the slider. Some days it'd be the changeup. I'd say my junior year, I dropped the curveball and was throwing strictly sliders, and it was iffy still. But what really changed was whenever I was at OU, I started throwing the spike breaking ball, and I've been able to throw that very consistently. And then the changeup is just a plus if it's there that day, which now it's getting better. Kibler's helped me a lot with that during this month. So enjoyed working with him with that.
Are you using a circle grip or?
Yes. Yeah. Circle. It's kind of, I circle it, but then I keep these two fingers. They're kind of off the ball. It's a little different, but it's been working lately. So
Yeah.
Well, can't argue with that then.
yeah.
Right. Is that that spike curve? Is that a Skip Johnson thing?
Yes,
Did
yeah,
he just
Skip.
do that with you or what?
So I had Patrick Hallmark and Scott Shepard were my pitching coaches at UIW, and they tried teaching me the spike while I had them over me, and I just could not figure it out. And then when I got to OU, Skip brought it up again, and it just clicked, and been throwing that ever since.
Any idea what he did differently? Like it's just weird.
We had two baseballs taped together, and it looked like a little peanut. And I would grab one ball and throw it, and it would spin one direction and be like, all right, that's how you throw it. And we threw it a few times, then went to the bullpen, and I was throwing sharp breaking balls.
That must have felt pretty good.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about it.
I never would have thought to tape two baseballs together in any
Yeah,
sense.
it was weird throwing it, but I busted it out this past week in Everett just to get the feel for it again.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I like those kind of stories. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a pretty good week too. I don't think you gave up a run. I think you pitched about 3 or 4 innings. It looked like it went pretty smooth.
2.1 innings on Thursday and did well. We ended up losing that game, but it's all good. We got it. We won the series though.
Yeah, we try to watch as many games as we can, but the crappy thing is Spokane isn't really on MiLB TV, like barely ever.
I know it's
Play
a
certain
shame.
people. Yeah,
My parents watch the box score a lot. For the play-by-play. They're wishing for some cameras coming soon. Not sure if they are though.
Oh
yeah, the box score is nice, but TV can't beat that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just a different vibe if you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Northwest League too. Like there's like 2 other teams that don't have a stream either. It's absolutely terrible. So your relieving experience, do you like the 1 inning or do you like the 2+ inning? Like
I'm good with whatever they need me to do. I think I've had more 2 inning outings this year so far. But I enjoy coming in with nobody on.
Right, starting the inning.
Yeah, getting a clean, fresh inning is definitely a lot easier on me mentally.
Yeah,
but I'm good with whatever they need me to do. If they need me to start a game, I'll do it.
You'll jump in there.
Whatever they need.
Right.
Yes. No, sir. How high?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because 5 of your 6 outings so far have been 2 or more innings, and 1 being a save and 1 being a W. Was that pretty cool getting your first win as a professional and your first save as a professional?
I didn't know I got the win until the following day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was my dad texted me like, "Congrats on your first."
You saw
win.
the box score.
Yeah, I was like, oh. And I got it, and but the save was pretty cool. That was a fun game for sure.
Yeah, 1 inning pitch, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. So you're all up in it, the professional life from the 19-year-old at Incarnated Word, undrafted, and here you are 8 innings in, low ERA, low WHIP, just grinding and doing your thing. I don't know where I'm really going with this, but is this just kind of how you grew up? Speaking of your parents, like work hard, put it all out there, and hope somebody sees your work and get that opportunity.
Yeah, I would say hard work was definitely part of the conversation growing up. I never thought I would play college baseball, and especially early college career, I never thought I'd play pro ball. And then as I got older, I thought my pro ball chances were going out the window. But my dad's favorite saying growing up is baseball's fun, but it's more fun if you're good at it. So that was kind of my reason to work hard, just to have more fun in the moment. But no, it's a blast. I mean, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
Yeah, it's cool. I always like to hear like how that kind of happens, because we talked to somebody last week about, he had a kind of a similar path. Went JUCO and then went D1 and kind of out of the radar, and he ended up retiring this past season. But just the hard work and grinding and working on stuff and finding that one guy that taught him that pitch, kind of like what you did in Oklahoma and that kind of stuff. It's always cool hearing the foundational stories, I guess, like how, like, you're out of nowhere type guys get where they are, the Dugan Darnells types and stuff. So
yeah, no, it's definitely, everybody has their own journey, and it's cool to kind of get bits and pieces from over time.
Well, it's funny as fans, because we just assume that everything is pre-planned. Like, you already knew you're going to play pro ball by the time you're 20 or 19, and it's so rarely the case. I mean, us as fans, like, we just see the tip of the iceberg. We just see all the good things paying off. We don't see all the work and grinding and doubts and all of those things underneath, right? So it's just really funny. It's not funny, but it's just really interesting hearing everybody's journey, because it really is different. And it's very rarely the way you planned it to be, right?
Oh yeah, you think you're going to go one way, and there's always another plan for you.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm curious, how's your BP looking? Or they don't let the bullpen guys pick up the bat?
And I haven't swung a bat since high school.
It's probably
my hitting days are over. That's for sure.
Never even picking it up like at all.
Oh, I mean, I
like for fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll swing it a little bit, like just for the feel, but it's nothing. I'm not hitting balls.
You're not doing it.
No.
I do want to go back a little bit. So maybe this is where I was wanting that question to come from or go to. When you were you sitting there watching the draft this past off season? Like did you have a plan coming into play or?
No, I think I watched the last day of the draft. I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't have an advisor, so I didn't have much insider info. Like I think days 1 and 2, I was mowing grass or something out in the yard. But definitely watched the last day, and the last pick went through, and my Skip from OU texted me and said, or called me. He goes, "Hey, you want to play for the Rockies? They're going to sign a free agent deal if you want it." I'm like, "Yeah, just tell them to call me." And so I got pretty excited about that. And then I kind of just sat there for 6 hours.
Oh, no.
Nobody called. So I'm like, oh, crud.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want me anymore. And like every hour and a half, Skip would text me, "They called you yet? They called you yet?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "What the heck? I just got a phone and they're supposed to call you." I'm like, "Man, waiting here on my phone." And then eventually Forbes called me and told me they wanted to sign me. And then I started talking to Jesse after that. So it all worked out. Yeah, it was an interesting process for sure.
Like, how many times did you cuss out Skip in your head? Like, dude, did you just set me up, or what is this deal?
No, I mean, I kind of like during the COVID deal, I knew I wasn't going to be drafted in the 5 rounds. I thought I might have a chance for a free agent. Right. And, I was talking to the White Sox a little bit, and they were like, "Hey, it's going to be you or this guy." And that went on for like a week or 2 and never called me. And so whenever Skip kept telling me that they're going to call me, I was like, man, they're either going to call me or not. And so I was just kind of, it's either going to happen or it isn't. I wasn't freaking out. I was like just ready to go one way or the other.
Yeah, you've already experienced that. You can go find another lawn to go mow or something if you need to. No, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine. Like, I would be antsy, itchy, and like, all right, I heard it. I finally that thing that I kind of wanted is happening, and then it didn't. And yeah. That's crazy. That's wild. Are you salty towards the White Sox? Like they didn't even give you
No,
a
not
no
at
thank you
all.
call? Oh,
No,
we'll be
no.
salty for you. We are an anti-White Sox pod officially. Right now, we are not fans of the White
Oh,
Sox.
no.
Can't
No,
do
because
it.
one day I'm gonna go play like their affiliate or something, and then they're gonna light me up.
It is us, not you. No, that's cool. Yeah, like I don't know. So I had something.
I'm curious about the weather because I mean, in Incarnate Word in Oklahoma, even, I mean, most of the time you're pitching in probably warmer weather. Oklahoma, maybe not so much, but now you're, in the Northwest. I imagine the weather's not been great recently. So has that been an adjustment for you, or are you just kind of like
It
grit and bear it?
from it's not the worst weather I've ever played in, but it's consistently not great.
A lot of rain, right?
Yeah, we've had one game get rained out. We've definitely played some games and some heavy sprinkles, I guess you could call it. But honestly, I feel like it's the weather and the winter back home, back in Corpus. It's wet, it's cold, it's windy. You just got to deal with it,
Yeah.
But it hadn't been too bad. I feel like I've been able to get warm enough to where the weather's not affecting me, but I cannot wait till it gets hot. Ready for that.
Was high school baseball down in Texas different? Like, was it a big deal?
Yeah, especially in Corpus, it's definitely a big deal. Like Moody High School will play Cal Allen, two teams that have won state championships way back in the day and recently. They'll play at the AA for the Astros, the Hook Stadium, and they'll pack it out. I mean, there'll be more fans for the high school game than the Hooks game.
Wow.
It's definitely, I would say, baseball and football town.
Yeah.
So did you come from a baseball family, or is it something you just kind of fell into by chance?
I would say I picked it. I didn't really feel pressured to go play baseball. My grandfather played some college baseball, and then like my great grandfather played some indie ball way back in the day. But I mean, I played soccer and basketball and tennis and baseball, a little bit of football growing up. But once I got to high school, I was strictly baseball. I would have played basketball, but if you were on the freshman basketball team, you had to miss the first 2 weeks of baseball season. And I wasn't going to do that. So I stuck with baseball.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Smart choice. Smart choice. You guys ever play pickup games? Like, what do you guys do, I guess, on your off days? More than just the relaxing. Do you guys?
Since up here, everybody's kind of spread out. Like my apartment's 20 minutes from the field west of town. And there's like Will Etheridge and Kitchen and Cusada are here. And I think we're going to grab dinner with them. But like Lackey is 20 minutes north of town, or he's downtown, but Bobby's 20 minutes north of town. So we're all kind of spread out.
Okay.
We usually don't really get together on Mondays, but we don't do any pickup basketball. I haven't played a basketball game since like my sophomore year of college. I think I rolled my ankle in it too.
And we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always hear about the ping pong battles and like rain delays. I mean, you've had a few rain delays and stuff.
Oh yeah.
What are those what's that locker room like during the rain delays and stuff?
It's usually people cussing at the weather. That happens a fair amount of time. People be on their phones. Some people would be taking a nap. Some people are shooting the bull in the corner. But it just depends on where you're at. We haven't had any rain delays yet. I think we just got canned one game.
Okay.
But I'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Just take us inside the locker room during a rain delay.
Yeah.
Just to see what that looks like. I really want to know who takes naps. I want to know who's the nappers. Yeah, that's cool. So we always like to end it with our 3 questions. Fun questions, kind of get to know you stuff. Yeah. I did not go to Incarnate Word or Oklahoma to see what kind of questions they answered or whatever. But so we'll just do it here. What is your favorite / go-to movie if you had to watch one?
All right. So I'm going to give you a double answer. My favorite movie of all time is Lonesome Dove. It's like a 3-part little series, but
Wow.
it's 6 hours total. You know, it's got love, action, sad. It checks all the boxes. It's a little Western, Robert Duvall and Tommy Lee Jones. But if I was going to throw a movie on right now, I would probably put on like American Sniper or something.
Okay. That I can see that. The Lonesome Dove is such a Texas answer.
Grew up watching that one. It's
yeah.
a great one.
My grandpa was huge into Westerns, so I've dabbled in a few of those. That man had so many John Wayne statues running around his house. It was scary how much he loved his Westerns. Yeah, it was crazy how much he had. Like, I have no idea why, but yeah, he was a bronc rider growing up in high school and kind of that small town farm type, and just he still lived it in his retirement days. What's your go-to meal? And not on game day and not game day.
Okay. You know, I always enjoy a good steak, but I don't eat that a lot. But if I had to pick something, I would probably go Subway. I like chicken bacon ranch.
Okay.
With some veggies, and probably get a chocolate chip cookie with it too.
Always got to get that.
Spoil yourself.
Yeah. I deserve this.
Yeah, you earned it.
That's what 100%.
I'll just work this off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Last question, my favorite question. What is your favorite baseball moment, your personal baseball moment? And it's completely okay to be selfish when you answer this.
So at UIW in my junior year, that whole year was awesome. My teammates were great, coaches were great. We were all kind of on the same page. There's no complaining. We worked really hard. I mean, sometimes I felt like practices were 7 hours long. But we beat A&M and Notre Dame, got a save against Texas that year. That was really cool. Just that whole year, I guess, was probably my favorite baseball memory.
Yeah, I didn't ever even think to ask.
That's some serious wins right there.
Yeah, that's some big dogs you knocked down.
Yeah, we had a fun year. It was a blast. And still talk to those guys.
How far did you go in the postseason?
Not very far. That was actually the first time UIW played in a conference tournament. It was the second year we were eligible. So my sophomore year, or my freshman year, was like the last year of the jump up period to Division I. And so we were eligible my sophomore year, didn't make it, and then junior year we got things turned around, and I think we ended up getting like 4th overall in the conference. And
so were you starting or relieving any of those big wins?
I did not start any of the big wins, but I did relieve against Texas. It was like a midweek game. I think we beat them 3-2. It was a roller coaster though. It was bottom of the 9th or top of the 9th because we were the home team. We were playing in San Antonio, and they got a runner on second and 2 outs, and I just give up a moonshot. But luckily, the wind was blowing in just enough that our guy caught it up at the wall. I think they had the TrackMan or something on it, and it was like 105 off the bat, projected a home run, but the wind brought it back, and then I struck out the last guy. I thought I lost the game for us, but stayed in.
What a turn of events. Thank you, Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much different is the professional game compared to the college game? Like the atmosphere there and the experiences and stuff like that.
It's a lot more laid back. Nobody's going to hold your hand to make sure you go to class and you do every drill to perfection. It's always, if you do your job, check the box, you're good, move on. I really enjoy it. I get my work in and I worry about myself, but if I go do my job, we'll win. if everybody else does their job too,
Yeah.
It's a little more individualized. But I like it a lot. It's really chill. It's a great atmosphere.
That seems like that fits your style a lot better.
Yeah. But I definitely miss college. I miss my boys. Made a lot of memories with them. So
Of course.
Yeah, there's something about that camaraderie that you make in college, like not playing sports, but living with 4 or 5 guys and just missing the good old days and just
Absolutely.
hanging out in the dorm and whatnot. It's always cool. Before we get you out of here, I told you I was going to ask this question. I almost forgot. What is this beard regimen, man? Whatever Spokane, Indiana, they took that nice picture of that beard, and it needs to be talked about.
It's not much, I just kind of grow it.
Don't cut it.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. My high school made us be clean shaved. And so I started shaving like sophomore year of high school. And as soon as I graduated, I never shaved, had a beard all through college until I got to OU.
I was going to say at OU, I saw you. I didn't see a beard on you.
Yeah. There's a team rule. We had to be clean shaven with short hair. And so shaving every day was not very fun. And whenever our season ended, started growing my beard back, and I just try to keep it as clean as possible and throw some oil in it if it's itchy, and that's about it. It's not much to it.
I mean, the oil and it's more than mine. Mine's terrible. But it looks good. People need to recognize you for your stats, but also this beard.
Yeah.
Like you got this beard.
Yeah, no, Spokane put that fear the beard hashtag or whatever, and I was like, man, I don't like it because now I can't shave it off. I always have to have it now.
Sorry, Mom, I'm not gonna do that for your best friend's wedding or whatever. I am keeping this. That's awesome. I love it. Luke, thank you for hanging out. Glad we can make this work. Let's talk again soon, whether it's the off season or towards the end of the season. See how you're doing, and just keep shutting the door, man.
Will do my best. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Thank you for watching and listening. Please check out our link tree for more content.